So we're on a boat, we've left Tallinn, and we're on our way to Helsinki. We'll see you there.
Hey geese, we're in Helsinki, Finland.
This is our third stop on our Northern Europe tour.
We took an oversized ferry from Tallinn over to Helsinki.
You might not think an oversized ferry would be hard to catch, but they're pretty tricky.
We went with some friends who live in Tallinn.
And they were able to do a day trip with us to Helsinki, which was also a great little adventure. We went to see a sculpture that actually we saw on Somebody Feed Phil. So we went and you can actually like put your head up in it and make sounds. It was just really cool. So we're gonna play another round of Will I Make It? No.
The monument was created by Eila Hiltunen and is a tribute to Finnish composer Jan Sibelius and is made out of over 600 hollow steel pipes. It's a little out of the way, but it was a fun, quick stop with the kids.
It's impressive that that's in somebody's head. Like, you know what? I'm gonna make this thing and people are gonna come and wanna see it. And it's true. I came and wanted to see it.
We went to a great Italian restaurant and had pizza, which was really good.
Hello, do I have pizza? Do I have a toothpick or not?
No. Yes, ouch. At the end of the night, our friends had to head back to Tallinn, so it was sad to say goodbye, but we had a blast hanging out with them. We ended up getting a metro pass for all the trams here in the city, which was fantastic because it worked to get on the ferry to go over to Suomenlinna. It was great to use, but just know that it is a little pricey. Okay, so we're on Suomenlinna, which is just off the coast of Helsinki, and it's an old sea fortress which was originally built by the Swedes. They called it Sveaborg, and after the Finnish War it was surrendered to the Russians, who held control of it until the Finnish independence in 1917. They have actually what they call the Blue Route, and it takes you across the island.
So we're following the blue signs to take us on a certain course, and it brings you from site to site. Or when you have kids, you end up doing pit stops like this.
Suomenlinna Great Show. There are 6 museums on the island, including the submarine Vesikko.
This is the last submarine in Finland, and it isn't open in the winter, but it is open in the summer.
But only 2 of the 6 museums are open in the winter, and we decided to go to the military museum. That's the light machine gun.
I wonder what the big machine gun is for them.
The first building focuses on World War I, along with the Finnish Civil War and the defense of Finland from the Soviets in World War II.
And then there's a second building which has more modern military history. It talks a lot about the armed forces in Finland. The main Fortress Museum is also open throughout the year, but for Elliot and Quinn's ages and interest level, like the Military Museum was a win for us, so we just decided to pass on this and maybe another time.
The museum too was a great pit stop, even though we didn't go in for the exhibits. If you just want a quick treat and somewhere to sit and have something to drink, either cold or warm, it was a really great spot.
So there is something cool about doing this in the winter, like even on the ferry on the way over here. Like, there's ice all on the water and these huge chunks that the boat's just kind of barreling through. And you wouldn't get that experience in the summer. Would we want to come back in the summer?
You bet we would. To be honest, I'm just as hot now as I would be in the summer. I'm sweating like crazy because the gear we have is so warm.
Oh, comment below if you like sweating or not.
Seriously?
The fortress is really big, and there are all kinds of places to explore.
It's really cool because on the outer wall fortresses, they have all these cannons. It's pretty sweet. Hello, Cannon. Can I order a cappuccino? Thank you. He's getting me one.
Okay, so if you make it all the way to the other side of the island, you can see what they call the hallmark of the fortress, which is the King's Gate. The gate was built in a place where King Frederick of Sweden visited when the fort was under construction.
I like any sign that tells you where to get food or drink. Thank you signs. I will honor you.
This church was built to function as a military church. Originally, Alexander Nevsky Orthodox Garrison Church, which I think is the same name as the church in Tallinn.
Yeah. Who was this Alexander Nevsky?
Alexander Nevsky keeps popping up on this trip. In short, he was a Russian prince and military leader in the 13th century, later canonized as a saint of the Russian Orthodox Church with numerous cathedrals throughout the world bearing his name.
I would definitely say this is great winter or summer.
After getting back from the island, we went to the Senate Square and saw the monument for Alexander II and climbed the steps up to Helsinki Cathedral, one of 3 churches that we explored in the city.
The churches have such a variety of architecture, and just the colors and use of line and where they're situated, all of it is really cool, and I just appreciate that. The artistry and talent it takes to make these buildings look the way they do is incredible. I mean, look at some of these churches. That's incredible. And I love that that lived in somebody's head, went to paper, and then went into actual structure and form that we can see and admire today. We visited Tempeliokio Kirkko, which is a church that is built into a rock. And it's pretty cool. These brothers, Timo and Tuomo, won the contest. They were both architects, and they won the contest that was held between 1960 and 1961.
It's a really cool church. It's a dome.
When you look at the work that went into it, it's really an amazing structure.
There's a little bit of a charge, €5 per adult. Kids are free. When we went in there, they had someone playing piano. It's just kind of cool to just sit, relax, and just kind of shut off the busyness of the day.
The cool thing about the churches is you're seeing something really remarkable, something that's meaningful to this community and culture, and it doesn't take much of your day.
We are going to Supercell headquarters, which if you don't know who that is, they're the creators of Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Boom Beach, Brawl Stars, and Heyday.
And we play their games. I'm totally geeking out. I love playing Heyday. This is not in any way sponsored by Supercell or Heyday. I just love the game. We were a little nervous actually to come up to the building because there's construction going on and you have to buzz to get in. You can't just walk into the building. But we just asked if visitors were allowed and they let us in, and we looked at the statues.
And it was amazing to see the statues of the Barbarian, Spike, Heyday, all of that. It was so cool.
And it was also really fun also because they gave us gift bags.
Even though there's like a lot of great historic things we learned, there's so much modern day stuff to discover and explore and find when you're traveling.
Just like we've done this entire trip, we went to another bakery.
We were at Ekberg's, and we first accidentally went into the restaurant, then we went into the bakery. The pastries were amazing, so that was really good. Yeah.
In the bakery, they only have 6 seats, so odds of sitting down are pretty slim. So we found a park, which is about a block away. It's actually not a bad option, especially because we came prepared with winter jackets, winter gear, snow pants, and so then you can sit on a bench with ice on it. Jill got these forks. She said she's been Googling them for a year.
I like small forks for desserts, and they have cake forks.
I don't think she knows what Googling means.
Watch out or I'll Google you. Escargot. Elliot's first time.
What do you think of it?
Isn't this just a Brussels sprout?
It is good, but the crunch makes it too cringy.
Here, and then have some bread.
So we just went to a traditional Finnish restaurant and had meatballs,
Salmon soup,
which were our top 2 favorites. Also,
squeaky cheese bread.
for dessert, which was pretty good.
Yeah, it was confusing. It was like good, and like I didn't know if I was enjoying it at the same time.
We also had sauteed reindeer and
Pan-fried herring, not with breading, just
pan-fried.
Yeah.
It was okay. Good.
We went to see the Public Library of Helsinki, and you may be thinking, wow, that's super boring, thanks for the tip. It was really cool. It has a restaurant in it. Just the architecture alone was really awesome on the inside.
It was more like a community center. What was your favorite part of the library?
I don't know. Wait, is that a Lamborghini? Like I always say, I would definitely come back if I could.
Would you come back in the summer or the winter?
I would probably come back in the summer this time.
For this part of the trip, we actually had a little less time in Helsinki. We only had 72 hours, but there's a lot that you can cover in that short amount of time.
I also think being able to travel from we did Copenhagen, Tallinn, Helsinki, and we're going to Stockholm next. And I think traveling from one to the next right in a row is so great for perspective, not just on changes in culture, but similarities too.
I'm so sad to leave Helsinki, but I'm very excited for what's next. And if you're excited, make sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss our next video.
Right?
Guys, you guys are probably so sad right now, but this is amazing for me. Like, I was expecting so tiny.
They gave us a whole bowl of chocolate strawberries.
I ordered those.
Wait, what?
I thought it would be a fun surprise, and it was because I forgot about it.